Tough night for us. Kansas had a lot to do with it. New in many ways, coming off the game we played Saturday, that we get a pretty aggressive team, and we obviously didn't play well enough to give ourselves much of a chance. And so we just get back to Stillwater and try to continue to work to get better. Getting about, I guess we're getting close to the halfway point of conference play, and maybe start trying to put some consecutive wins together if we're going to get in the thick of this thing. Let alone try to get close to the top, but even try to get to the middle of the league. So beauty of it is get our next one at home. Got a chance to get back and regroup. Play another really good team. Won't be easy, but I've got confidence in my staff and in my players that we'll work hard enough to put ourselves in position to play much better the next time out.
Any updates on Bryce?
Not any kind of official. Obviously, he wasn't able to come back, so it was significant enough that he couldn't come back. But we'll get back and try to get an MRI, X-ray on it to make sure we know the exact severity of the damage. But it was his shoulder, just to clarify that.
Defensively, is it new issues? Is it the same issues? What's kind of going on?
They can hurt you in a lot of ways. Today we thought we tried to make them beat us from three, and then they showed us that they were capable of beating us from three early. Which again, it makes it hard to then try to put more attention on Hunter. And if you got to single cover them, makes it challenging. They're one of the teams that they can beat you both ways if they're making shots, and they made them to start, and it kind of snowballed on us from there.
Hey, Coach, you played him twice now. Obviously tonight they didn't have Kevin. They don't have a lot of depth. This is maybe a different Kansas team, but they've got some pieces. What stands out in the two games that you've seen?
They're really good. I mean, they got guys who understand their roles. Obviously, Coach does a great job of kind of role definition, and then being able to kind of get guys to rise up when it's their time. So today, McDowell got a chance to get in there. El Marco got a chance to get in there, and Furphy, those guys all contributed. So a sign of a really good team that understands when it's their time to step up, they do so. But certainly not the deepest team, but they got plenty enough talent. There's an old saying, talent, maybe underrated, depth, excuse me. Plenty enough depth to be able to get the job done. Depth maybe a little bit overrated in games, and less underrated in practices, just so you can get some stuff done. But when you got the quality of pieces that they have, you got a really good point guard, somebody who can run the show, and then you can attack inside and out. They'll be fine.
How do you think things changed for you today, Mike, when Bryce got hurt and left the game?
Well, we're already not overly experienced team. He's one of the few guys who's been through this league multiple times, and obviously, it felt to me a little bit like our team kind of had a psychological effect on them because they went on a run pretty quickly after that. But it's part of the game. We hope he's not out for any significant amount of time, but if he is, we'll just have to adjust and be ready to compete without him.
It felt like you also had, coming into this game, kind of developed a little bit of a rhythm there with your new lineup. Do you maybe expect to have to change that around?
I don't want to get ahead of it. Obviously, we'll have some time between now and Saturday to figure that out, and if we do, we will. But we'll see. Like I said, he couldn't come back, and it's something that's bothered him before. So we hope that it's not anything long term. But we'll let the doctors tell us exactly what they see, and we'll obviously do what's best for the kid and the for the long term of his future.
John Michael, you hit 2,000 points for your career tonight. What was it like being able to do it here at Allen Fieldhouse, and anything more special by being able to share it with another player doing the same thing?
Oh yeah, it was great to do it here. Obviously, we didn't play like we wanted to as a team, but I'm grateful to be able to hit that mark. It's a milestone in my career. I think Hunter Dixon did as well, right? So yeah, kudos to him and their team, and they play well. But it's a good feeling, but I would rather have got the dub and had 0 points.
John Mike, were you able to identify when you were on the floor the cause of KU's runs? I don't know if you felt it started with poor offense on y'all's end or just good defense.
They just know how to attack you when you're down and when you're not playing well on the defensive end. They have a really good team, really spread out. Like Coach said, I think their depth is underrated. You can tell that they know how to play with each other, and going against a team like that in a building like this where the fans are engaged as well. It's tough on you to really stop the runs that they had, so shout out to them.
And Mike, it felt like you guys were trying to get the ball to Garrison inside early. How would you rate Garrison versus Dickinson part two?
I mean, a little bit better. I mean, not good enough. I mean, but he's a baby, man. It's proud of his fight. Obviously we weren't as efficient in there. One of the ways you try to attack him is see if you can get a foul or two on Hunter, right? And if you can, it really changes a lot of the way they want to play, because then you don't have as much of an interior presence that you got to be concerned about on the defensive end. But he's a smart kid. He's been in foul trouble a couple times, but he's played a lot of basketball. He's smart enough to know how to stay away from him and when to take his chances selectively.
Anything else?